It's Friday. Doing the Friday dance. Oh yeah. Put your groove on. Do your Friday dance. Uh-huh. Woo! Uh-huh. Come on. You know you want to dance. Come on. That little teddy bear right there. He's got his groove on. Can't you get your groove on? It's time for Friday, boys and girls. Woo-hoo! Hey, sometimes do you think that your teacher's just totally crazy? Woo! That may be crazy. All right, boys and girls, it is Friday, and some of these other things are really, really funny too. Okay, it is Friday, and we are going to get on with this. Alexa, stop. I always seem to have those things going. Okay, so before we get to our actual, hold on, please. Alexa, stop. She listened to me. Thank you. Okay, so before we get to the actual assignment for today and the little quiz that you're going to take in today, I thought we would do a little refresher on producer and consumer and decomposer. Okay, so this is just, do you remember what a producer, what a consumer, and what a decomposer is? So just in case, here are the definitions. So a producer is something that is living that makes its own food from sunlight, the photosynthesis process, okay? It uses the sunlight, the air, the soil, through a process called photosynthesis. Green plants are producers that make their own foods and make their own food in their leaves, okay? A consumer is a living thing that cannot make its own food, but it has to get its energy from eating some sort of food, either eating a producer or eating another consumer, or sometimes even eating a decomposer, okay? All animals are consumers, so we are consumers because we are considered animals, okay? A decomposer is a living thing that gets its energy by breaking down dead plants and animals. So things like fungi and bacteria, those things are decomposers. Bacteria eats away at something that is dead. Fungi, like mushrooms, eat away at something that is dead in the soil, okay? So now, looking at that, do you know between a dragonfly, a mushroom, bacteria, rose, apple tree, and catfish, which ones are decomposers, which ones are consumers, and which ones are producers, okay? So what I would like for you to do is you're just gonna create a text box that is just going to be the letter P. Probably should make that really, really big. Okay, here's my letter P. And then, you know, I guess I can make it a certain color. I'll make all my, we'll make all of those purple. Okay. All right, so if it's a producer, so which one of these are producers, which ones are consumers, and which ones are decomposers, okay? So go ahead, I'm gonna just, I'll do producers, and then I'll do C for consumer, and then I'll do a D for decomposer. And I'm trying to remember in 6th grade, we used certain colors for these. I'm pretty sure I used brown for decomposer because those are usually things that are like dying in the ground. And I'm pretty sure I used green for producer because those are usually plants, so I'll use green. And then for consumer, gosh, I can't remember what I used. I think I'm just gonna turn it red and we'll be good with that, okay? All right, so go ahead and pause your video and think about the dragonfly, the mushroom, and the bacteria, okay? And move the P and move the C and move the D, okay, to producer, consumer, or decomposer. I guess, or you could just create your own text boxes, whichever works best for you, okay? All right, pause your video now and see if you can do it. All right, so hopefully you recognize that our producers, okay, are the apple tree, that is a producer. And then also the rose is a producer. Both of those things are producers, okay? The consumers, and I'm just doing Control D to get the same thing. The consumers, the catfish is a consumer, and our dragonfly is a consumer. And then the decomposers are the bacteria is a decomposer. Make sure you put these where I can tell what you mean for them to be too. And the mushroom is the decomposer, okay? All right, hopefully you got that right. I thought that was pretty easy, okay? Pretty easy. So I think what I'll do is maybe I'll just have the P's and the C's and the D's over here on the side of the page, and you can just move them to where you want to move them, okay? All right, so now we have, types of consumers. Types of consumers. Okay, so looking back here, okay, a dragonfly was a consumer and a catfish was a consumer. So if I were talking about consumers, now I want to know, we can take consumers and we can break those down into different categories as well, okay? So in consumers, you have an herbivore, which is an animal that eats only plants. You have a carnivore, which is an animal that eats only other animals. And then you have an omnivore, which is an animal that eats both plants and animals, okay? All right, so this one right here, I'm gonna see if you can pause it and put the H, the C, and the O where they belong next to which animal, okay? All right, I guess it probably would be very helpful if I actually created the H and the C and the O. Let me at least, I'll copy it from there and I'll put it over here. Oh, it was supposed to paste. And I just pasted a whole page and that did not work. Let's try that again. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try copying it from that page and putting it on that page. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna go carnivore and then probably should have made this before I started my video, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna do herbivore is gonna be the H. Let's see, we'll use purple because we haven't used purple yet. Carnivore, we'll keep it red. And then let's see, hold on. Herbivore, eats only plants. So let's do that one green. That makes sense to have that one green, okay? And then carnivore eats only animals, so we'll just keep that one red. And the one that does both, we'll do that one purple, okay? And what was that one? That was the omnivore, right? Okay, so pause your video if you haven't already and see if you can figure out where these go. All right, here we go. So we have several of things that are going on here. Okay, so think about what a cow eats. A cow just eats the grass, okay? So that is definitely going to be an herbivore, okay? And then also rabbits, okay, only eat the grass or the carrots or other plants, okay? And then as well, look, Benjamin just commented on Thrifty Thursday. All right, and then also, the deer. The deer is another one that only eats plants. So we'll just go with that right there. All right, so carnivore, eating only meat, is definitely the lion. Okay. Another carnivore is a coyote. When I think about, there's the raccoon. When I think about the raccoon, okay, I have to think about what raccoons eat. Brown bears, okay, so I know that brown bears, they eat the berries and things like that and nuts, but they also eat fish. So they would be eating both plants and animals, okay? Squirrel eating nuts, doesn't eat any other meats, so I'm gonna go with a squirrel being an herbivore. All right, and then what do we have left after that? We have raccoon and giraffe. Okay, giraffes only eat plants. Okay, and so then a raccoon. So, you know what? I'm gonna go with, let's see. Raccoons, do they really eat plants? They do eat a lot of rubbish and trash. I'm gonna go with omnivore. They eat both. Okay, all right, and now you are done. So now you're ready to actually move on to the assignment for today, okay, which is this one right here. And this is where you're going to create a circle in order to answer the questions, okay? So this is where you are going to look at the question. It says, create a circle to choose the answer. Be sure to watch my video lesson for exactly how the circle should look, okay? So you need to make sure that you know how to create a circle, okay? And I've showed this before, but I will show it again, okay? Let's see. So right over here is the shape. You're going to choose the circle, okay? Now, when you create a circle, like this, you're not going to want to make it super, super big, okay, unless you want to make like a big oval. But when you create a circle like this, it's gray in the middle, and I don't want it to be gray in the middle, okay? I want it to be clear in the middle or transparent in the middle. And the way that I do that right up here is the fill color. I want the fill color to be transparent. Okay, so now when I move this around, I move that circle around, I can see through the circle, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and make the edge like a bright purple color, okay? And that's a really small edge, so right up here is where I can change it to be like a thicker edge, okay? Let's see. I'm going to make sure. Are raccoons carnivores, herbivores, or omnivores? All right. I'm not too sure about raccoons, so I want to look at that one. Let's see. Are carnivores herbivores? No, not I'm trying to say this into. If you are watching this video right now, you are probably laughing. Which reminds me, if you are watching this video right now, why don't you go ahead and put a purple, purple? Yeah, let's do purple. Let's do a purple lightning bolt somewhere on this first page right here where you're doing number 1 and you're doing number 2. All right, so I want to ask the question. Okay, this is what I want to ask. Are raccoons herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores? Because I'm actually not sure. I know that they eat like berries and things like that. All right, it says that they're omnivores, so I was right. Okay, it says that they eat both plants and animals. They include fruits and berries, nuts and acorns, and types of grains. Okay, so a raccoon is an omnivore. I was worried that I had given you the wrong answer on that one. Okay, so for instance, so now you got your circle. So if you're choosing that you want to answer that, then you circle it with that. Now remember, if you want to duplicate this, you can just do Control D, or you can do Edit and duplicate, and it will make another circle, okay? And that is how you will choose your answers, okay? So remember, there are 4 slides that are the questions for the food chains and the food webs. All right, that is it, boys and girls. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.